Today, we're going to talk about something huge, a silent health issue that's affecting millions of people all across India. I'm talking about vitamin B12 deficiency. It's this major nutritional gap with some really serious consequences, especially for one of the world's largest vegetarian populations. So, yeah, let's get into why this matters so much.
You know that feeling, right? You're just tired all the time. But what if that constant fatigue, that brain fog you just can't seem to shake, isn't just because you had a stressful week at work? What if it's your body trying to tell you something, a warning sign that you're missing a really critical nutrient? And this is why it's so important. One study found that a staggering 47% of the population in North India might be deficient in vitamin B12. Think about that. That's nearly 1 out of every 2 people. This isn't some rare fringe issue. It's a massive public health concern that's basically hiding in plain sight.
So what exactly is this vitamin that so many of us are missing out on? Let's break down the basics of this absolute powerhouse nutrient.
So say hello to vitamin B12, or if you want to get scientific, cobalamin. Fun fact, it was one of the very last B vitamins to be discovered, way back in 1948. And get this, it's actually a red vitamin. No, really, that's because it contains the mineral cobalt. And this unique little compound is absolutely essential for our bodies to work the way they're supposed to.
And I mean, its job description is seriously impressive. B12 is crucial for making red blood cells, the things that carry oxygen everywhere in your body. It helps protect our nerves. It helps our bodies turn food into actual energy. It even supports our memory and our mood. And maybe most importantly, it's fundamental to DNA itself. So without enough B12, all of these vital systems are basically put at risk. Okay, so this brings us to the big question in the Indian context. Why is a country with such an amazing, rich food culture facing such a widespread problem? Well, the answer really comes down to the diet.
Here's the kicker. Vitamin B12 isn't actually made by plants. It's not really made by animals either. It's produced by bacteria in the soil. Animals get it by eating that soil or other animals, and it builds up in their bodies. This means for us humans, the only really reliable, natural way to get it in our diet is from animal products. Plants just don't have it.
And this is where you can really see the challenge. For lacto-vegetarians, who are a huge part of India's population, the main options are dairy products and eggs. But for strict vegans, there are no natural sources at all. They have to depend entirely on fortified foods or supplements. And the numbers, they're just mind-boggling. Some studies show that deficiency rates can shoot as high as 75% in some populations in India, as you can see here. This tells us that even for people who do have dairy, a lot of them just aren't getting enough.
Now, this isn't just about numbers on a chart. Living with a B12 deficiency can have a very real, very serious impact on your health. We're talking about everything from subtle daily struggles to some pretty severe long-term problems.
And the warning signs are so easy to dismiss, right? That constant tiredness, that weird tingling in your hands and feet, forgetting things, or even just feeling irritable. It's so easy to blame it on a busy life, but these are your body's signals that something is wrong, and if you ignore them, it can lead to permanent nerve damage.
The stakes get even higher during pregnancy. A recent study in India found that nearly a third of women are deficient in vitamin B12 in early pregnancy, and that puts both the mother and the baby at risk.
And the consequences are huge. That same study found a direct link to preterm birth. Of the mothers who delivered their babies prematurely, half of them were B12 deficient. That's a massive jump compared to mothers with normal B12 levels. This isn't just a coincidence. It's a serious risk factor.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem and the risks, and it sounds pretty serious. But here's the good news. This is a completely fixable problem. So let's walk through a clear, simple action plan to help you bridge that B12 gap.
First things first, you have to know what you're aiming for. And this is a huge deal because the goalposts have moved a lot. Back in 2020, India's ICMR more than doubled its recommended daily amount for adults from just 1 microgram all the way up to 2.2 micrograms. This just shows we have a much better understanding now of how much B12 we actually need.
So here's your game plan. It's super simple, just 4 steps. 1. Eat the right foods. 2. Know your new daily target is 2.25 micrograms. 3. If you're having symptoms or you're in a high-risk group, get tested. And 4. If you're deficient, treat it with a doctor's help. So for that first step, eat, here are your best bets.
Just 1 glass of milk can give you about 1.1 micrograms. That's half of your daily need right there. Curd, paneer, and eggs are also fantastic sources, packing a serious B12 punch. The whole key is to have them consistently, every day.
And hey, getting your B12 doesn't have to be a chore. It can be delicious. As the legendary Tarla Dalal's site suggests, something as amazing as a paneer pudina tikki is a great way to boost your intake.
Or, if you eat eggs, you can't go wrong with a classic masala omelet. The whole point is to just work these B12-rich foods into the meals that you already know and love.
So how do you know for sure if you're low? That's step 3. Test. It's just a simple blood test that measures your B12 levels. The unit is picograms per milliliter, but the magic number you need to remember is 200. If your result is below 200, you're generally considered deficient. Knowing your number is really the first step to taking control.
And if you find out you are deficient, don't panic. There are really effective treatments. For most people, a daily oral supplement is easy and works great. In more severe cases, a doctor might suggest injections, which get your levels up much faster. The most important thing is to talk to a professional and find the right path for you.
All right, let's just quickly recap the most important takeaways here. 1. B12 deficiency is a huge deal in India. 2. We all need more than we thought, 2.2 micrograms a day. 3. Your best friends here are dairy, paneer, and eggs. 4. The risks are serious, especially during pregnancy. And finally, the good news, simple tests and effective treatments are available for everyone.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. At the end of the day, your health really does start with what's on your plate. So take a good look at it. Is your daily plate your first line of defense? Is it giving your body everything it needs to protect you? It's a question worth asking. Thanks for tuning in.